They're iconic motoring brands that have been around for decades. And now it seems their new frontier in transportation is electric vehicles, or EVs. Manufacturers hope they'll be the new cool thing to have, with their good looks and green credentials. The UK saw a record demand for plug-in hybrids and EVs last year, with a 50% increase. But despite the success, the industry seems to be facing some challenges.
Well, one is availability of infrastructure, particularly in London, where the infrastructure is not very good. Secondly is lack of awareness. People don't actually understand what they're available, what their capability, are nervous. People are naturally conservative when they're spending £20,000, £30,000 on a car. It needs consistency from government. Currently we've had a bit of a situation that subsidies are switched on and off again. We really need stability and support, visibility of what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years.
The government currently offers up to 35% or £5,000 off the cost of a car and 20% or £8,000 towards the cost of a van. It plans to invest £600 million by the end of the decade through various schemes, with the goal of having every car and van to be zero emission by 2050.
Now, since 2011, more than 50,000 plug-in grant claims have been made, and our new grants will ensure a further 100,000 claims will be receiving financial support when purchasing ULEVs. We're also continuing the highly valued home charge scheme. Now, under that scheme, homeowners can receive a grant for most of the cost of installing a home charge point. And we're also working with local authorities to increase the number of on-street chargers for owners who don't have off-street parking. We have to overcome that particular challenge, or this market will not achieve the penetration that we need.
So the politicians say they're doing their bit, but why should people fork out for an EV?
For company car drivers, there's a huge benefit in terms of benefit in kind. This car in particular has only 4% benefit in kind for company car drivers, saving them thousands over a typical 3-year lease. Of course, 143 miles per gallon is another financial aspect. It's just a necessity to fill up your car a lot less than before, or a lot less than a conventional car, is another saving. And of course, there's an environmental aspect, being able to, particularly in city environments, to drive with no noise, with no emissions.
Perhaps one of the biggest stumbling points for EVs is the hassle of charging, but it seems the sector is trying to make that easier too.
This car has a 3.6 kilowatt wireless system on it. We've got a very simple implementation of a user interface here. In the future, this would obviously be integrated into the vehicle's display. And what we can show you here is that if we start the alignment process, this system tells the driver when he's aligned over the pad. So we'll now drive forward, watching the user interface, and we're aligned. So now, as long as we put the handbrake on, turn the car off, the charging will start automatically.
And what do you think this kind of innovation means for the EV industry as a whole?
I think it's really an enabling technology. So when people go out shopping, it's opportunity charging. The vehicle state of charge is always kept near the full range. So when you want the car, you don't have any fear that you can't drive the maximum distance of the vehicle.
So with more innovation, range improvement and manufacturers pushing the boundaries, let's hope they'll help drive further acceptance of EVs in the near future. Priyanka, Shrestha, Energy Live News, London.